This is losers round 1, if I remember right. Right?
Yeah, so round 2 for them.
Yeah. Okay. So here we've got Gendreavus versus superbros. Because these two are on the loser side of the bracket, whoever loses is going to be out of top 8. So there's a lot on the line for both of these two right now. And it looks like that we're off.
And both of these runners are pretty evenly matched, so it could be anybody's game.
Mm-hmm. So the
The
first
first trick we're going to see him do is called Space Jump First. It's a scan dash off the ship onto a ledge that's just behind and to the right of the ship, and it allows you to get the item that would normally be Space Jump boots in a non-randomizer Metroid Prime game. But
is that? Oh, that's
Morph.
Okay, that's gonna make things a little
But
bit
it could be
interesting.
anything here.
They can
Morph
actually get
Ball
this item
that
right.
early means that we're going to get Space Jump pretty soon, too.
Yeah, because the only two ways that you can get that item is by either Morph Ball, Boost Ball, and Bombs, or by Space Jump, according to the logic. And right now we've already got a divergence. Gendreavus is deciding to check Crash Site immediately, while Superbros
Which is a reasonable choice.
It is, yeah. It's non-logic, but Superbros is deciding to head over to Artifact Temple and get his hints first. He might just not be comfortable with this dash that Gendreavus is about to do. Gendreavus missed, and that's just a missile.
Now, if Super Bros doesn't intend to check this at all, then his routing is pretty optimal for the situation. But if he does want to check for a crash site, he will be losing a little bit of time because of
What did he just
some
pick up?
backtracking movement. That's bombs.
Yeah, that is. And I've got my typing fingers at the ready. But yeah, that already opens up a lot of the early game for them. I mean, that's like the trifecta of perfect items that you want to see.
Yep.
Makes me wonder what the troll's gonna be, if there's gonna be one.
There's always going to be one. It's a Metroid Prime Randomizer seed.
Oh no, we should explain that. No, the logic that we're using in these settings is a glitchless logic, so you're not expected to know any glitches like scan dashing or slope jumping or bomb jumps more than a double bomb jump. Super Bros did go to
Crash Site and got that dash. As it is only a missile, it's not that important.
Wow, synchronized morphing. Amazing.
Yep.
I think that was actually like frame perfect too.
I think that Super Bros started his morph just a little bit earlier.
It looked pretty close, at least.
Oh yeah, it was very close, but... And they're high-fiving.
They're like... It's more like they're holding hands right now.
Yeah.
I imagine that, yeah. I imagine Whoa.
Whoa.
Super Bros.
What was that?
I think Super Bros' capture card is screaming at him.
We just got a glimpse into the Matrix. Don't worry, folks. It will go away soon.
So they're both heading over here to Transport Tunnel B. I mean, it's not technically in logic, but very likely the first item that they're gonna get is probably gonna be missiles.
Well, it's definitely possible that this is Space Jump. Called it.
So, early game is busted wide open right now.
Yeah. Once they find Varia.
Are we? Hold on, let's...
we're behind the video. Interesting.
I'll try refreshing my commentary stream to see if I can catch up.
Yeah, same here.
And I've just got a black screen.
Okay, on my stream, Super Bros is just about to finish the first step of the root cave climb.
Yeah,
And he is
he's
jumping
on
onto the last platform.
Last platform right now. Gendreavus doesn't look like he's doing that. Super Bros getting rewarded with another 100 energy. Hopefully that fixes the syncing issues.
Okay, so are we synced up better now? Gendreavus is about to scan the
it looks like we're back on
elevator.
track.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Guess the commentary stream just got desynced for a bit.
Seems like it, yeah. So
no, I don't believe you're ahead of us. It's Link Force.
Link Force is tracking for us. So yeah, that little detour means that Gendreavus is now ahead of Super Bros, but only marginally. He's deciding to check Ruined Shrine first.
Yeah, which is a reasonable check. He can get all 3 items here pretty easily. With both bombs, morph, and space jump, even though only 2 of them are repeat launcher.
Top is just 2 for 2 for missiles right now. Super Bros checking this one first.
And let's see what's in the bottom. An artifact.
Okay. So it's not immediately useful right now, but that's one less place they have to go to after they find Phazon suit.
Yep. Which is very helpful for them.
Both of them failing the little minor dash out of here. Apparently, Gendreavus' routing was just a little bit better in this room, so he's taking the lead now. We'll see how long that lasts. Depends on which way they go. I imagine I couldn't see what's up there on Vault Ledge. Yeah, it looks like they're both just making the same routing decision here.
Super Bros just doing that repeatedly now. Interesting. Oh, and there's various.
Wow. Okay.
Well, music was switched between the 2 streamers, and it just so happens that Gendreavus is a lot quieter for whatever reason.
Good job on both of them for getting that first try, by the way. It's a little tricky to stay up there.
Yeah, the collision can be a bit weird. Oh, and Gendreavus is about to get an E-Tank.
That's his first E-Tank, so no reason not to.
And it doesn't lose that much time.
Nah, not really. That's a quick grab. Probably only like 5 seconds.
Just a missile in the Ruined Gallery tunnel. And both runners are going to be able to do the easy method for skipping Hive Totem, which is just to space jump across the gap by landing on this thing and then going past. You can also just do an R jump all the way across.
It doesn't even have to be an R jump. Like Gendreavus just showed off, it can just be an L jump.
Yeah. But you can do an R jump just basically from the door. But you have for the L jump, you need to go a bit closer.
Yeah. And Super Bros taking the lead back just a little bit here, just with a little bit better optimization through those rooms.
Well, yeah, but he's clearly splicing, so it doesn't matter.
He is having some trouble getting up on this piston, though. And Gendreavus was just a little too close to the wall there.
This piston is the greatest troll.
It is. It really is.
Early ruins.
Yeah.
Nobody likes it.
Nope. And it's a missile in Vault. I finally be able to see what Vault Ledge is. Wonder why Super Bros decided to unmorph there.
Because it's slightly faster.
Oh, I guess it is, yeah. Probably the arc jump he did through that
because you're
then.
able to shoot the. Well, it's
Oh, yeah, that's
basically
right.
you're able to shoot the door significantly quicker.
Wow. Yeah, you can really just see how evenly matched these two are. They're just, it's back and forth between both of them. Just constantly. Is that boost ball in there or gravity suit?
It looked like an actual item.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't quite tell what it was, but that was something important.
So we're almost certainly going to be seeing a couple Flogger fights very soon.
Depends on where we find Spider Ball. I imagine both of these two will know the climb in a ruined fountain to not have to fight Flagra.
Possible, but Flogger is in logic right now,
Yeah.
and you would be surprised at how many people don't actually know how to get to that item in Ruined Fountain very consistently.
Well, Super Bros runs 100%, and that's one of the tricks that you have to do in 100%. Or
Yeah,
you don't have to do it, but
well, it's better to do it.
it's faster to do it. Yeah. Gendreavus, I don't quite know what his experience is with these 100% tricks, but
I
I
don't
think
believe he runs any categories,
Oh, doesn't he?
so
Oh, I thought he did at least any percent.
I think he's done like a casual any percent run, like just playing through the game with the routing, but I'm pretty sure he
Oh,
hasn't actually completed any runs.
okay, I gotcha.
I could be wrong about that though.
And Gendreavus
Now
is right.
imagine
Okay.
Spider Ball is at the top of Gathering Hall, so they have to just come right back into here to check what's in Upper Dynamo.
That would honestly, if I was in their position, I wouldn't be too upset about that. I would probably route that in after Zoid. If that is the
Yeah,
case.
it's actually because this item can be something important that you'll see a lot of runners check it before going and picking up their charge move,
Gendreavus is having a
just
little bit of
because it
trouble
has
with
a
this.
potential for more time save.
Gendreavus is having a little bit of trouble with this climb up Gathering Hall here.
Yeah, he's holding forward just a little bit too much, and in doing so,
That
he's
allows Super
hitting
Bros
the
time to catch back
ledge
up.
and losing momentum.
Now the true test to see who's going to be in the lead is coming up pretty soon.
No, Gendreavus, what are you doing? Don't do this. That's slow.
that's something I see a lot of people do lately.
Yeah. Just a lot of people know the fact that the morph ball is quicker than walking normally,
Hmm.
but waiting for that bomb, uh, you lose the better part of a second.
Yeah. So Super Bros started the Zoid fight first, but with this guy able to waste up to 35 seconds, that can easily swing it either direction.
Yep.
So I believe he can waste up
And the
to
randomizer.
I believe he can. Well, there's another artifact. So that's
And
what
for
two.
not bothering to look at their artifact temps, they sure found a couple of them pretty quick.
Yeah, no kidding. So if I'm remembering my numbers right, Zoid can waste what was it? I believe 10 seconds in the first phase, and then or no, 5 seconds in the first phase, and I believe it's 10 in the other three phases.
Correct.
Yeah. And the way that he works specifically is that he checks every frame if he should come up, and then after all the time has passed, he's guaranteed to come up. Which actually means that you're more than likely going to have a bad Zoid than a good one.
Yep.
Gendreavus is having a really bad fight.
Yeah, a good way to tell how good of a Zoid fight you have is by listening to the music. It's on a decently short loop. It's a minute and some change.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't hear the music loop at all, that means you had a fantastic Zoid. If you hear it just start to loop, it means you had an okay Zoid.
Yeah, and Superbros had
And
a
if you
much faster
hear
fight.
a good bit of the loop second time, then you lose a. Then you're having a bad Zoid.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good question, HLA hat, but I'm
Uh,
not sure the math off the top of my head.
I think I remember hearing it's about a 5% chance or something like that. I'll do some research into it later and get back to you on that. I know it's a very low chance, though. So, both of them going to be checking the bottom of furnace. I'm curious to see if any of them will decide to check the top of. Oh, Superbro's falling down. I'm curious to see if either of them will decide to check the top of furnace just to get that check out of the way.
It's a decently easy check, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and
Looks like
it's
Superbro's thought about it.
actually more optimal to check that item and then just fall down through the first disappearing block to get down to here to check both items very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that
You
is
don't have to
only
make
if
you don't
you
have to make
don't
two trips
have
down for that.
any. If you don't have waiver ice, if you have waiver ice, then it's better to check the bottom furnace item and then go check further items.
Yeah. Superbro's trying to check upper furnace. The collision on this spider track is a little bit weird. If you don't hold L and you press up against it while facing a certain angle, it'll just start pushing you up for whatever reason.
It's because the edge of that spider ball track has some collision that's labeled as standable for whatever reason.
Oh, really?
And yeah,
I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
and
Everything is
it's
standable in this
just
game.
a very small amount of it that that clips through the spider ball track and lets you walk up it.
So why does holding L just make you fall then?
Because holding L causes you to have some different physics and well, slightly different. Like you have more aerial control and your speed is locked and among a few other things, and one of those things just causes you to get repositioned by the game if you're in some situations.
Give me 1 second.
And Gendreavus is starting the Flogger fight. So an interesting thing about the Flogger fight is that his bomb slots are not actually bomb slots. They're actually just hurt boxes that are vulnerable to bomb type damage, and bomb type damage counts as, in this case, counts as both your normal Warfall bombs and power bombs. So it's possible to beat Flagra with power bombs and not having bombs. Or it would be if you could do it, if you could set off the first slot, but you actually have to interact with like a normal bomb slot.
Actually, you don't. You can just blow it up from the outside as well. You just have to activate it by triggering that mirror that Super Bros just did.
I'm pretty sure you have to activate it, and then you have to,
You don't
I'm
have
not
to.
entirely sure. I haven't actually tested it that way.
You don't have to press up it. You don't have to enter it like the other, like a normal bomb slot. It's just like all the other four.
It's just quicker to roll into it normally.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's right there in front of you, and Flogra's already down.
Okay, so yeah, you can do it with just power bombs then, as long as that is correct.
Yeah. Gendreavus finishing up the Flogra fight, and we can get a little peek at what this item is over here. Was that That was something important, wasn't it?
I couldn't tell.
I think that was actually Spider Ball. We'll get a better look right here, but that did not look like a missile. Oh, it's
That's a
power.
power bomb. So Gendreavus might want to go check what's going on in Magma Pool if he knows how to do the dash. Or alternatively, and more likely, he is going to head straight to Magmor, as having power bombs opens up two checks that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise.
No, Gendreavus is just going down to Magmor.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's more likely.
Mhm.
Because with bombs, barrier, space jump, and power bombs, and morph ball, of course, you're able to check every Magmor item that isn't past Twin Firestone,
Yeah.
which is just all but 2 items.
Well, logically, they can't quite check Warrior Shrine yet, but.
Oh, and there's Plasma Beam.
That's okay.
Yeah, they can't logically check Warrior Shrine, but it's very easy
It's very
to check
easy
it.
to get over there. Yeah.
Like, there's, what, 4 different ways?
Um.
2 dashes, an R jump, and some sample terrain exploits.
Yeah, I believe so.
And of course the intended method as well.
Oh well, yeah.
But nobody does that. At least not at this level.
Yeah.
Gendreavus not seeming to realize that you're able to wiggle your control stick to get away from the Triclops.
Or he might have just momentarily forgot about it.
That is possible. Okay, just a missile in storage cave.
Yep, and Triclops Pit was also a missile. Yes, expression. Actually, Arbor Chamber requires Space Jump, Plasma, X-Ray, and Grapple Beam.
And the item in Triclops Pit requires Space Jump and X-Ray, according to the logic.
Yeah, invisible platforms in these logic settings expect you to have X-ray visor to land on them and maneuver around. You don't actually have to, but...
Not sure why Gendreavus bothered killing all of the turrets.
I don't know why either. They can't exactly get you...
Maybe just more peace of mind.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, maybe.
It would be a little bit better routing on Gendreavus' part if he checked what was in the transport tunnel here.
Transport tunnel A?
Yeah, before heading up here. But it should work out anyway. And that is Flamethrower.
That is the valid. We are valid all... Not even 30 minutes in, and this is a valid seed. Okay, so does Gendreavus win now?
So, for now at least, Gendreavus has a solid lead because of Flamethrower.
That's
Just
a
a
missile
missile
on fiery
there.
shores.
No, Gendreavus, get a power bomb. Please,
Uh,
this is the best room in Magmore for it.
oh, yeah. The Triclops have a. Okay, it's just a missile in short tunnel, so he's fine.
Yeah, the Triclops in Fiery Shores have a 100% chance of dropping a power bomb if they have a drop and jet power bombs.
And I believe it's a 50% chance for them to drop something.
It's a decent chance. It's either 50 or 25, which both are
Yeah.
extremely high chance.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a power bomb drop. I didn't see that.
Oh, he must have been from one of those boxes. And Super Rose is valid now. And just
Okay.
a missiling transfer.
So we're back to an even race.
Yep. Gendreavus having a slight, well, a very slight lead. If we get Plasma Beam this early, though, then I'm expecting something to be in one of the deep freeze locations.
Oh, it seems like we're have a route divergence here. Super Bros is heading to Fiery Shores.
Oh, interesting. I wonder why he's deciding. Oh, he's going to check Arbor Chamber.
Yeah, it's a valid decision, but it's definitely not logic.
Yeah.
And with Plasma,
No, Plasma
it does not.
required Space Jump. Space Jump in Varia. It was in Lava Lake.
And missiles.
Oh, yeah, but you're gonna have missiles at that point.
Yeah.
I really don't think there's a way getting into Magmore without them.
Not in glitchless logic. And actually not in any logic settings, but it is possible to get there with some out of bounds tomfoolery.
So...
Just an E-tank.
Hmm.
So Gendreavus is gonna just check what's in Ice Ruins East real quick.
Mm-hmm.
He can't pick it up. Well, he can if he knows how to do a bad HPJ.
Yeah, it's
But even people who know the HPJ don't bother with it most of the time because it's a bad HPJ.
It's really bad, yeah. I think I'm personally thinking there's something in Chozo Ice Temple.
It's definitely possible. I cannot see what is in the lighthouse.
I've just stopped bothering at this point.
Yeah, you can never see what's in the lighthouse on the commentary stream.
Yeah. Super Rose getting the dash across Root Cave. Nicely done. Gendreavus is apparently having the same thoughts I am, going to check Chozo Ice Temple and Chapel of the Elders.
Yep.
He actually can't get the chapel item unless he either A, knows the power bomb trick, or B, this is vanilla wave beam. And Arbor Chamber was just an energy tank on Super Bros' side.
Which power bomb trick are you talking about?
If you lay a power bomb and get away from the door as it closes, the power bomb can actually open the door back up from the other side.
Ah.
I don't know
So
how
that's not
precise...
even close to being consistent.
It's a little easier, I think, if you have Boost Ball, but...
And there's Grapple.
Oh. Yeah, there is Grapple Beam.
It has been done on it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Bash does some interesting tricks sometimes.
And Bash had the foresight to save before trying it, because otherwise he would have soft locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ice Beam if I remember that seed right. But this seed
Looks
is
like just a missile.
Still good to check for the knowledge though.
Yep. But yeah, with Grapple, Magma Pool is in logic now.
It is, yeah, completely in logic.
And Magma Pool has an unusually high rate of important items in this tournament.
Yeah, it's been quite the troll, hasn't it?
Yeah. There have been there have been races won and lost at the hands of Magma, and people forgetting about it. Or not wanting to go there because it's out of the way.
Oh, Diggle, please. There was a seed that Lane made with glitched logic where our first intended missiles were in Magma Pool, and it gave us just the bare minimum to get over there.
Bare minimum being the VMR method, or
Various suit. It was various
okay.
suit space jump boots, power bomb. That was
Okay,
literally
so it
all we
didn't
could
make
get
you do
before
the
that
2E
point.
tank dash.
Yeah. We didn't have that setting turned on.
Well, Diggle, you just need to watch my tutorial on the Magma Pool dash. Then you wouldn't have needed 13 Samuses to death.
There didn't seem to be anything of importance in Findrana Canyon because Gendreavus didn't go after it. Oh, there's Spider Ball. So we can go get that suit now. It didn't actually look like missiles, so I'm thinking it was probably something like an energy tank. And at 3 energy tanks, I would feel comfortable enough not wanting to watch that Ridley cutscene.
Wave is wherever you don't want it to be, Diggle.
Yeah, that's accurate.
That's always accurate. Yeah, serious business. Some runners really avoid checking their artifacts until they have most of go mode, because some people think that it's distracting, and for some, I'm sure it is. But a lot of other racers prefer to check it early to help them with their routing decisions.
That's what I do personally.
If there's a artifact in an out of the way location, then you can avoid going to that location until it's better to route it in. Like if you check your artifacts and Transport Tunnel B has an artifact, you can skip that pretty long check in the early game. Yes, Lane, Flagra has been done. Ghost has not. Neither runner went for the IBJ, and only one of them has Spider.
And Flagra had a power bomb on him.
Gendreavus is probably going to go check Marble Chamber now.
Probably, yeah. It's very close to in logic for him. It's not 100% in there, but
That's possible, Lane.
yeah.
It's also possible they'll find. Actually, no, that isn't possible.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking of glitched logic, where it would be possible. Well, actually, it is possible for this. It's possible for Wave Beam to be under, or be in one of, to be under the Choza bowling statue.
Oh, in Hall of the Elders?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, if we find Ice Beam, yeah, that's completely possible.
Yeah, but what I was thinking was Wave. What I was originally thinking was Wave and Vanilla Ice or Overgrown Cavern,
I mean,
but that's only possible in glitched logic
oh yeah, that is
by
yeah, that is.
climbing up the backside of Tree Crash Site.
Or just doing the spider ball skips.
Yeah, but that also requires an HPGA, and there aren't really all that many people in general who can do those consistently,
Yeah,
and even less in the tournament.
yeah. I think it's just Link and Bash.
I think Link and Bash are the only ones that would go for it in the tournament
I
during
mean,
a race.
I would go for it, but I'm not I haven't been consistent at it lately.
Okay. I couldn't remember if. Yeah, you've done 100%, right?
100% and any percent, yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Because I know some people drop in a couple of HPGAs for 100%, I'm pretty sure.
I can't think of too many actually. Gendreavus is by the way trying to get this item here in Ruined Fountain, which I'm thinking is still probably a suit, probably gravity suit.
Yeah, we
Oh,
still can't see well enough.
did Superbros actually just go down and check flamethrower in the menu?
Yes. That is gravity suit.
Okay. Knife Grow, Hydra, Corn.
Observatory. Wave beam in. Yep, the classic.
Okay. Oh, Magma Pole. Okay.
Yep. And there's thermal.
Oh, yeah, well,
Oh, frigate. Frigate is in logic.
oh, yeah, it is.
I have no idea what's in Training Chamber because Gendreavus did what so many people do, and that to be very scared of entering Training Chamber.
Will
The
he?
cutscene is very far into the room.
Oh,
The fight trigger is
but,
very far into the room.
hey Caesar, you forgot one thing that actually puts Frigate in logic. Ice Beam.
You're right. Reverse frigate.
That also requires Ice Beam. It's Ice Beam locked on both sides.
Oh yeah, because you need ice beam to. Wait, I think yeah, you do need ice beam twice to get there. There from the reverse. Dang it.
Sorry, your hopes have been dashed twice over.
Hey, it could still be required. We can get some good music
It,
in the bad area.
it could be, but we don't have it in logic yet.
I spent too much time doing out of bounds stuff in weird spots, and now my thoughts about where you can get are all messed up.
Yeah. Gendreavus is doing a ghost check. I mean, that's close to in logic. I don't think we found supers yet, right?
We have not found supers.
Okay.
So Gendreavus is trying to do a basically animation slash stun lock on the ghosts, but unfortunately, it's somewhat RNG if it actually works right, and it's extremely difficult even if it does work right.
Yeah.
The timing is very tight.
I wouldn't say it's difficult. It's just like you got to get yourself into a rhythm.
And you have to get yourself. You also need to make sure you aren't moving when you fire your shots.
Yeah, for some reason, the charged power beam gets very inaccurate when you move around. Like that.
That actually hit.
He didn't hit his first target. He hit the second target, but there was a ghost behind it that he was aiming for.
Yeah, and he hit that one.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
Oh, I thought it looked like he missed.
No, it did hit. I saw the red flash.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not extremely difficult, but it is still decently difficult. It's even for the best any percent runners, it's probably the area with the biggest time loss. Okay,
Yeah.
so it is a power bomb expansion and training chamber. Thanks, Super
Oh.
Bros, for knowing that you don't have to barely peek into it. You can go a full Samus and a half into that room without having to worry. You don't have to just barely peek.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see where. Oh, I think Super Rose is deciding to head to Tower of Light, maybe.
Tower of Light is a decent check. It's not in logic until they get Boost Ball, but it's very easy to get there and avoids having to backtrack back through this area.
Yeah. Or
Or
not?
he's not doing it. I don't agree with that. Routing to Talon.
I think he's going back to Fangdrana. Knowing that
Yeah,
there's
but that
a.
was the slowest way he could have done it from where he went.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
The alternative is going through a gallery and Mecca to get
Yeah,
back to the other one. Because he
but
hasn't
this
fought
takes
Gendreavus.
3 elevators instead of 2. And uh,
But it's less rooms, though. Like, a lot less
it's
rooms.
yeah, but it has slower runs.
I don't know. I think it's probably pretty close, but I think Super Rose is taking the faster way. Because if he wants to get to Fangdrana, he would from the other way, he would also have to go all the way through the front of Magmore. Here he can just go through a couple of rooms and he's right there at that elevator.
It takes less than a minute to get it takes almost exactly a minute rather to get through the front side of Magmore to the elevator if you have good movement for it. And there's just also several more checks that you could have gone for that are in logic now in Chozo that are going
I
this
will
way.
agree
That could
with.
have led him. That would have led him towards entrance to Magmore decently quickly if
That
they
I
didn't
will
pay
agree
off.
with. He still could have checked. He still could have. What was it? He still could have checked Crossway. He still could have checked Upper Dynamo.
Yep.
Uh,
He could have checked Vanilla Ice.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can off. It's just slower. And the turrets actually have access to you if you jump from there.
Oh, the climb that
Super
in
roasted.
monitor station.
Yeah.
Or okay, yeah,
Yeah, they're both headed to labs, which is a reasonable choice.
yeah. In logic because we have the spider ball.
Yeah. But anything past observatory is not in logic.
Mm-hmm. And we already know observatory itself is an artifact, so You know, it's
Yeah.
actually not that bad of a check.
The nice thing is, oh, and there's Ice Beam.
There's Ice Beam.
Okay. So yeah, now it's an excellent decision because they can exit out the back and
It
go see
actually,
what is in Farfandrana, as
actually
well as
it technically puts the back of labs in logic as well now.
yeah,
Because
yeah, it
you
does
go
because you
back
can
through
enter through the
workstation.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gendreavus was having a little bit of trouble climbing the room.
Yeah, it can be tricky if you're trying to go a little fast and not look at where the standable spots are.
And then superbros doing a weird way to do it, but it works.
Yeah. I've never seen that Shadow Pirate just decide to jump right over the Morph Ball, by the way.
It's actually that Shadow Pirate will pretty much always do that jump, and as long as you have your timing right,
Huh.
it'll not hit you.
I've never seen it do that before.
The only times it won't do that jump are if you go too far to the right, so it actually sees you, like what happened on Super Wars side.
I gotcha.
So optimally, you hug the left side and take a straight line to the door. And you should not have to worry about the Shadow Pirate.
Mm-hmm.
At least, not most of the time. Gendreavus fighting the pirates on the ground level.
They can be a little annoying if you're trying to do the quick climb here, but it doesn't look like he's going for that. There's a little barrier on the level that Gendreavus is at now that you can shoot from the platform below and just it saves like what 3-4 seconds or something. Rough estimate.
Probably 2 seconds if you do good movement through the other areas and don't bother killing the pirates.
Probably.
Gendreavus is going to make climbing observatory a little bit harder on himself by killing these pirates because they give you better spots to dash off of.
He might just be comfortable with the scan dash off of the floor.
Yeah, but it's a worse spot to get it off of. It's not a bad spot, but it does make it a little bit trickier.
Oh, gets a first try. And it's about to be rewarded with his artifact.
Didn't want to go for the dash over to this side, which is reasonable.
Mm-hmm. I always forget that you can stand on the spot right
Almost
there.
jumping
Almost
over
overshooting it,
the artifact.
Yeah. And that was almost a synchronized artifact grab.
Yeah, what you want to do to avoid getting shot is let them shoot off a volley and then dash immediately afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Superbros, I think, is just double checking his artifacts. And
We do know that boost ball is required because of that life grove artifact.
yeah. We will be seeing
A volley off, not a dolly.
Both of them getting the fight skip very, very well.
Which is a good thing because this fight takes a minute and a half.
And changes the layer in monitor station as well. So I don't think there's I don't think there's much incentive for them to go through monitor station much anymore. Poor Edward.
Yep.
And is that boost ball right there?
I am not certain. Looks like, yeah, that's boost
Yeah,
ball.
that's boost ball.
Okay, Gendreavus doesn't know either the slightly quicker ways to do this, but that's fine. It's not that much slower.
Superbros does though, but these pirates are making it a little hard for him to set it up.
Yeah. I personally don't go for the very best one, but I do one that only loses like a quarter of a second to it, which is just jumping onto the onto the morph ball rail past that pipe, and then walking directly up to the thing and morphing.
Just the missile and research core here.
Yeah.
So
Which means they get to avoid watching three more cutscenes that you would see otherwise.
Yeah. And
Which is really slow for an RTA race.
it must feel nice to have boost ball finally.
Yep, now they can go fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so far this has been a pretty jet seed.
Gendreavus is just deciding to check this item via the
Getting Hunter Metroided during the cutscene.
yeah, just a missile.
Yeah. Superbros having a little bit of trouble getting over to the other exit, but they're synchronized again.
Yeah. Let's see who has the better boosting. I was pretty dead even, actually.
Superbros had slightly better boosting because Gendreavus went into the morph ball tunnel about a half second before, and Superbros exited about a tenth of a second after Gendreavus.
Yeah. For those that don't know,
that is correct, HLA.
For those that don't know, boost ball normally has a speed cap on it, but if you're not holding forward, that speed cap is no longer applied. So you can just keep quick boosting and just gain lots and lots of speed.
Well, it still has a speed cap, but it's significantly higher, like 15 units of speed higher, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I heard that there wasn't one. Must have been misinformed then. And neither of them have a power bomb, so they actually can't check. Oh, which one is that? Security cave or storage? Yeah, right. I can never remember the two apart here in Farfingrana. Oh, again, check the power bomb. Okay.
And didn't make the dash. Superbros just going for the grapple point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's one way to kill that.
Yeah. Ice Beam is
Just
stupidly powerful.
yeah, it is the highest damage per single shot in the game.
Per uncharged single shot, yeah. Plasma Beam fully charged beats it out.
But only because of the burn damage.
No, actually, just in raw damage it beats it out. Fully charged Plasma Beam is 100, fully charged Ice is 60.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 100 is with the burn damage.
No, that's counted separately. It's like, I think, 3 burn damage per frame, and it lasts for like 80 frames.
It's 0.025 a frame for 361 frames.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure that is counted into that 100.
I don't see why it would be, but alright.
If it weren't, then the damage data spreadsheet would probably have just how much damage that does, because
Maybe. Superbros is having some trouble in. I think this room is Frozen Pike. Or no, he's not in Frozen Pike yet. No, he's just leaving Gravity Chamber now. Quarantine monitor holds a missile.
that might be wrong because okay, now that's 90.25 damage from the burn. So yeah, it probably is counted separately.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm thinking about the fact that it does the most straight damage, or that ice does the most straight damage to Exo, because it's 1.5 times
the
weak to ice.
1.5, yeah, the modifier.
But then the burn lets plasma catch up.
Yeah. So Gendreavus is fighting Thardus right now without a power bomb, but he does have bombs and plasma beam and thermal visor, so it's not too bad of a fight. I believe Thardus takes 1.5 times more damage to plasma, right?
I'm honestly not sure. It's not listed on the damage spreadsheet.
Oh,
It's
really?
just 500 for a big rock and 250 for a small rock.
Hmm.
But I have frequently heard people say that that it takes that it is weak to plasma, so there's a good chance that it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Link Force in the chat pointing out that Superbros is trying to find a power bomb to get the one check in Farfang Drana.
Which is unfortunate because there aren't that many good places to get a power bomb in Drana outside of labs.
Yeah, unfortunately. I think the drop rates in Farfang Drana are just pretty low in general.
Yeah. The pirates at Phendrana's Edge have an okay drop chance for them, but don't have a great drop chance of dropping things in general.
Yeah.
Just don't play with fog disabled during a tournament race, Caliber.
Seems like Superbros is probably given up on the power bomb.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Gendreavus has just finished up the Thardus fight and is going to be getting his 4th artifact now. And geez, barring like Phazon and PCA or Vanilla, this is not looking like an all bosses seed. I think Gendreavus is finally checking his artifact hints now that he's found 4.
I just want to see super missiles in PCA are on OP.
That would be disgusting, but yeah. Well, Thardus was in logic, so it made sense to at least.
I'm pretty sure that Gendreavus did check hints a while back.
Well, that would make sense too.
I think he was just double checking it there.
Yeah, I could see that too. But I mean, Thardus with plasma, wave, and thermal was not a bad play.
Yeah.
Just a missile and workstation. And it looks like Gendreavus is going to be doing a plasma processing check. I don't recall if he ever picked up another power bomb. So,
He did not.
he has. Okay, so he can't quite do a mines check yet if he wants to.
Yeah, but he can just pop into fiery shores to get a power bomb.
He could, yeah. If he.
Or
if
he could choose to go through frigate.
Yeah, it's been in logic for a while now.
Yeah. And when frigate is in logic, it has an unfortunate tendency to have phazon suit in it.
Yeah. Frigate has been quite the troll this tournament as well.
Thought for a second Gendreavus was going for the R jump there.
I thought so too.
But no. It's also possible that he just doesn't know that you can walk underneath that little arm.
Oh. Did he miss his
That was
space
close.
jump?
I think he bumped into something and lost his jump.
Oh, yeah, the ceiling there is a little bit weird, so that would make sense. And, it's just
And a missile for his trouble. And SuperBros ending his Thardus fight, which was decently quick.
Yeah, that was a pretty good fight. Gendreavus is about to find out that he doesn't have a power bomb to go to mines this way. Unless he gets one.
He's trying to get a power bomb from these guys.
Can they drop a power bomb?
I'm not sure. If they can, it's not a good chance.
I think the Triclops here would have a better chance than they would. I rarely see them drop anything in the first place. I think it's a low chance for them to drop something.
Yeah, did they have like a 5% chance to drop stuff?
And just a couple 10 energy drops, so... Unless he's really desperate to go to mines, I think Shozo would probably be a better play at this point. Because you know that, Life Grove already has an artifact, so...
Gendreavus forgetting for a second that those diggers are invulnerable to plasma beam.
Oh, they are?
Yep.
Oh, I actually never knew that. I just usually use Wave Beam or Power Beam on them.
But they cannot be hurt by it.
That's interesting.
Or if they can, I've never seen it happen. They could just be really good at dodging plasma beam.
It could be. That is a possibility too.
Gendreavus praying for a powerbomb drop, you're not gonna get it here.
He's
Not gonna get it off of a Magmor either, except for in Fiery Shores. You can get a powerbomb off the Magmor in Fiery Shores.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's the only one that you can get anything bought at 50 energy or 20 energy from.
And I think it's like a 5% chance too, isn't it?
Something like that.
I know it's really low. Like I think the best chance for it to drop something is a 20 energy.
Yeah, just like it, where most it's the 20 energy is pretty much the only thing they can drop.
Hmm. Except for, as you mentioned, that one Magmore.
Yep. Yeah, and if you're gonna do frigate, you might as well do it when you have space jump and thermal and gravity.
Oh, and now he gets a power bomb from the gamer.
Yeah, you get so many power bombs in Root Cave, and I'm not sure why. There are no nearby power bomb locked items.
Yeah. So, if you're Gendreavus, do you actually climb up Frigate and go into Chozo from reverse from the back, or do you just go through Frigate to get to back of Chozo?
It
Because
probably just
overgrown.
depends on if he's comfortable with bar skip or not.
Because one thing I was going
And
to point out is that he would be able to check Overgrown Cavern like right now if he wanted to.
yeah, he can check Overgrown Cavern and then go through Frigate.
That's also true, and it looks like it's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He
Or
can
at the
get
very
through.
least, he's checking over.
Yeah.
He's either gonna just check it or he's gonna check it and go through.
Well, we'll see in a bit.
Just a missile, looks like he's going through.
Okay.
So, I assume he probably is comfortable with bar skip, or he might be thinking that now is when he will go and check Tower of Light after checking Vanilla
And Upper
Ice Beam.
Dynamo. He hasn't checked Upper Dynamo yet either.
Have either of them checked Upper Dynamo?
I don't believe so.
Super Bros is in talent as well.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Link Force.
I think he didn't have a. I think he didn't find a power bomb to go into mines either. He's going to.
I don't think he intended to go to mines. I don't remember seeing him try it.
Well, he was. It did look like he was searching for a power bomb, but I don't know. That could be for something else.
Oh, main power bombs.
Well, speaking of power bombs,
Hey. No, don't do this, Gendreavus. Go check what's in.
well,
Okay, if he isn't planning on doing bar skip, this is a good.
yeah.
If he is gonna do bar skip, this is
This would not be the
background.
time to go here.
Yeah. Okay, Super Bros is checking Tower of Light.
Mm-hmm. Which has been put in logic for a while now.
Yeah. Super Bros going for the sand all-terrain exploit way of doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing as Gendreavus does know that there is here, he could also just be hit. As long as he isn't doing bar skip.
Yeah.
Decent choice. E-Tank, he's going for it, even though he already has 7. Now he has 8. Super Bro's not going to try the dashes, and instead checking with the cutscene. If something important's up there, he would have lost a bit of time, but it's just a missile.
Yeah. So this is a little bit
Grievous
of
having no trouble getting up to Life Grove Tunnel. Now let's see if he has trouble in Life Grove Tunnel.
This is widely regarded as the single worst room in the entire game. It has a habit of just eating all your momentum.
Not too much trouble yet. Oh, got it, eaten it right there.
Yeah.
A little bit, but...
Oh
yeah, and then
that
getting
happened.
into these areas is a pain, too. You
Yeah.
have to have just the right amount of speed, or have so much that you go all the way to the top, bounce off the side, and get in.
Mm-hmm. Life Grove Tunnel proving very well why it's the worst room in the game.
Yep.
And it seems that we have a French vanilla artifact because X-Ray was a missile.
Super Bros now probably gonna go check Dynamo, provided he didn't forget about it, and then gonna see what is in Hall of the Elders,
Yep.
as well as under Hall of the Elders and whatever that room is called.
Elder Chamber.
Elder Chamber, yeah.
And Gendreavus literally just
Getting on
missing
to the
2
rock.
items.
That's nice.
Very nicely done arc jump.
Yeah, 2 items and 1 artifact.
Yep.
So yeah, so far this is a pretty jet seed, provided that.
Now that you said it, the last 2 items are going to be in terrible spots.
Yes, that's why I said it.
Oh my god. Just a missile at the top of Dynamo.
Elias, it's because I just get my entertainment from seeing these runners have to deal with bad seeds that are still rarely as bad as the ones that I usually get. It's also why I like commentating on the seeds, because I help curse them by being present.
And it seems like Gendreavus did do the riding decision you were talking about earlier. He did not do bar skipping. He's coming back to Hall of the Elders.
Joke's on you, Elias. I don't have any more runs in the tournament because my seeds were so cursed that I messed up half of them.
It was karma for cursing the other seeds.
But yeah, feel free to calm all of my races in the upcoming Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer tournament that's supposed to start in December.
Crossway looked like just an energy tank. And now we're getting the proverbial high five.
Yep. Don't invoke that name, Expression of Shock.
And that is Ice Spreader in Hall of the Elders. Well, that's going to make Exo just that a little bit easier if they're not comfortable with the snipes. Or if they want to look cool, they can snipe him with Ice Spreader.
Oh yeah, what will be great for all of you is anytime that Op commentates for an Echoes run, he will be dropping puns left and right.
And Elder Chamber is just a missile, so the rest of Chozo is proven fruitless. It looks like either Frigate or Mines is the play. I think I like Mines better just because of the higher density, but like you've said before, Frigate's been a troll in the past, so I would not be surprised if super missiles are in like cargo freight lift.
Yeah, so Gendreavus is gonna most likely go through Frigate now.
Okay, well now that he's going through Frigate through the front, it's probably in the Hydro access tunnel instead.
Probably. Or he could be going to phase on the long way through Magmore.
There is no logical reason to ever do that, so...
Unless you're just really don't want to go through Frigate.
that would be some dedication to not go through that sunken ship. I mean, I can understand not liking it, but wow, that would be true dedication to not doing the check. Doesn't look like that's the case, though.
Yeah, thankfully. Because this is astronomically faster than going all the way
Yeah.
through Backmore.
Yeah, when I say that it would be some dedication, I'm talking about like about what, a minute or two slower, maybe 3.
Probably 3. No, wait. Ice spreaders underneath shows a bowling HLA hat.
Yeah, Super Bros and Gendreavus just got Ice Spreader.
Oh, Super Bros. What are... Has Gendreavus really picked up, or has Super Bros really not picked up those other 2 artifacts?
I think he did pick up the Thardus artifact, but he hasn't been to Life Grove yet.
Yeah, but that would be 1.
I think it's just the.
Okay, so
the on-screen
Link
track
Force
of
just
the
missed
info.
1, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's on there now.
Yeah, I mean.
Super Bros getting his main power bombs.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
what I figured,
the
that's what I
tracker
figured
eats
happened.
things sometimes
Yeah,
for
you'll
no
click it and it doesn't register.
reason.
Just like this game. Oh.
What do you mean?
Speaking of things not
THK, this game is perfect.
well, those thermal conduits aren't. That's a vanilla
Only if
energy
you
thing.
use Charge Beam. If you
I don't
use
know.
it as a
Dangerous said like
normal
two.
wave shot, they should work just about every time.
I mean, Dangerous shot like 2 uncharged shots at the room right before cargo freight, at the one in the room before cargo freight lift, and it didn't really do anything.
Yeah, because he hadn't moved enough to not have the collision of that one thing in the way. Yep. Last artifact is Hydra.
That's going to be both of their last artifact.
So let's see if Super Bros goes for Farska. If he does, and he doesn't then decide to do reverse frigate or something like that, then he will be pretty much caught up.
It seems like Gangsterist decided not to do the little peek in Biohazard to see what that item was, because while he knows that it can't be super missiles, it could still very well be the Phazon suit.
Super Bros getting thoroughly life growth tunneled.
Yeah, if there's one thing that's consistent, it's this room.
Consistently bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's just a missile and hat.
Yep. So it's mines time.
Grievous getting a nice quick climb there.
So I think the items we're looking for have to be here in mines, right? We full cleared everything else.
I believe so, as long as the upper furnace item wasn't
Just a missile.
misseen as a missile.
Uh,
Because I have seen people mistake supers for a missile there a couple times.
I mean, I guess while that's possible, I swear I saw a glow earlier when Super Bros checked that, like 10 minutes or something into the race. Okay, so do you want to play a little game with the chat here?
Sure, what's the game?
Alright, we're gonna predict where, what level of mines that the required items are.
Lower.
Well, no, so for fate... Wow. 3, 4, lower, deep mines.
I know my Twitch chat.
Yeah. Super Bros is having a little bit of trouble with bar skip.
Fun fact about the one power terminal that Gendreavus just shot is that it will never activate the first time if you shoot it with a charged wave shot.
Wait, really? It's
Yep.
programmed to not...
I don't think it's intentionally programmed not to, but from some 100% runners I've talked to, it. Oh, there's supers.
Oh, well, there's supers in Security Access A. So all we need now is Phazon suit.
Super Bros is boosting way too early.
Yeah. And the Shadow Pirates on Gendreavus' side are keeping him from checking SDA. And it's just a missile.
It's been 20-something tries for Super Bros, I think.
It definitely would have been faster at this point to just go through Frigate.
No, it wouldn't have been yet.
Well,
It takes a lot of tries to be faster to go around.
maybe I'm...
It's about 6 or 7 minutes to tries.
Really? It takes that long to get... Yeah, underestimating how slow Frigate is.
Well, the thing is, it's... Once again... it's... You have 2 elevators to add on to that, which is a solid minute, almost.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It looks like a lot of these have been close, but...
A lot of them he's messing up by boosting and holding in the wrong direction. He probably doesn't know how to do... Boost does make it easier to do this, but you need to know how to do it right, and he doesn't seem to know how to do it right. Okay, he should have been over there, but he pulled back because he thought he didn't make it.
I don't think he pulled back. I think he just didn't get the momentum from the boost.
Well, you can see a little bit when he pulls back by if you see a bit of a trail or not on the morph ball.
Yeah.
If you see a trail, he pulled back. If he did, then you don't. And he's bailing.
He's bailing.
Yeah, I don't know what THK meant by that.
I was
either,
talking about a specific try. He had boosted, was like stuck in between the bars, like was just sitting in place and then fell down. It's one of those things. It's not an easy way. There's not an easy way to explain it. Just like most things in this game. You didn't? I thought I saw the glow from the boost ball.
Well, Caliber, that specific thing happened several times, so...
Phase on the leap, by the way, I believe was just an energy tank.
Oh, imagine Phazon is in PCA and X-Ray is in Biohazard Containment.
Ew. First of all, ew.
Or even just Phazon on Omega Pirate.
I mean, Elias and I can tell you all about the joys of a vanilla Phazon seed. Oh, that's a good point. We haven't been able to check the tree because we haven't had supers until now. And it's
Another power bomb. Oh yeah, Elias? I had Phazon in Frigate twice this tournament. Once in the lift to Deck Gamma, and once in Hat.
Ew.
And one of them, Gravity Suit was right in front of Omega Pirate in MQB.
I would imagine so, HLA. There's no reason to head out of mind when we can just about full clear it. I say just about because we can't get 2 items without X-ray visor. It does look like Gendreavus is deciding to check PPC. I would not be surprised if he decides not to check or if he...
Yeah, X-Ray can be in the tree caliber. It would be weird if it couldn't be. Oh, there's Phazon.
Oh, well, there's Phazon.
Okay, Gendreavus is in go mode.
Yep, C dissolves. Phazon soon PPC. Yeah.
Man, this is a pretty good place to be able to go get its last artifact from.
Yeah, this is actually really close. It's also
falling down.
Well, good thing he found Phazon Su, so he's not taking any of this damage.
Not that you take all that much damage if you jump out quickly.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, this should be a sub-2 seed.
Definitely.
Provided there isn't a obscene amount of trouble with Ridley and Exo. And a single visor essence.
Well, single visor essence shouldn't be too bad. It's better than no visor essence by a long shot. Oh yeah, Link.
Yeah, what Calibur's saying, Link, is that he would have been able to go to Phazon Mines a lot earlier, and would have found both of those items quicker.
That's which same is actually.
Or at least would have found Phazon Suit quicker.
The same is true for Super Bros as well. Had he had a power bomb after the Thardus fight, I don't see a reason why he wouldn't make the dip into mines unless he just wanted to make a gamble.
Can't blame you for that, Link.
Yeah, no, I can't either.
As THK yawns Vincent.
I normally go to bed at this time, okay?
Ah.
So yeah, Gendreavus has a pretty quick route through front of labs here to get to Hydra, grab his last artifact, and then I think it's faster to actually, to contradict myself earlier, to go through Monitor Station to get back to Talon. Rather than going through Twin Fires.
Not sure off the top of my head. Like, the nice thing about going the Twin Fires route is you can boost through a lot of the rooms on the way there.
I mean, that's true, but the same can be said for the Monitor Station route as well.
But not as much. There are a lot more spots where you just have to unboard.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And it's also more rooms. But looks like he will be going out this way.
Yeah, I mean,
like, both ways are probably pretty equal time, honestly.
yeah, I mean, I was about to say both of them are pretty close to his position right now.
Yeah. Maybe I'll time that after the race.
Maybe, yeah, that would be interesting to let me know about
Like,
that.
it won't be like a Taz movement timing because I don't want to take the time for that right now.
I don't blame you.
But with just some, I'll try to do some okay movement.
I mean, to be fair, it's easy to get disoriented after you're finished fighting the Phazon Elite.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Gendreavus, do the good boosting through this route, please. No, you didn't do it. You can boost off that catwalk onto this platform, and then boost towards the door, unboard, jump in, and then boost through, and like this. Alternatively, there's also a dash that you can do, a dash into a bunny hop that will bring you straight to the door. That's insane.
Yeah, I do.
It does look pretty dang cool.
I personally do the dash off of the turret.
I do one off of a puffer or flying pirate that's off to the left.
You're flying pirate if you miss the fight skip.
Yeah. It's just, it happens sometimes.
It does.
Sometimes you're thinking about routing and forget to skip the cutscene on the way back. Or thought that you picked up what was in thermal, but you didn't. So
oh yeah, that does.
You
get
intentionally
rid of the trigger,
didn't try to skip it. Yeah, it does get rid of the trigger.
Yeah. Gendreavus having pretty decent root cave climb. It is slightly faster to boost through the Okay. I was gonna say, it is slightly faster to boost through that room instead of dashing off with the blood flower just because you hit the load trigger a little sooner.
Yeah, but it does set you up for some better movement if you're not warped.
Hmm,
Like, better movement through the nature.
I
Because
guess.
there's not really a good boost to get out of the little pond at the foot of the cliff.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, Link told me it was
Gendreavus didn't
faster.
try to go.
Uh, yeah, King Judas didn't go for the
I'm
ship
not.
path.
He might have just meant that it was faster for that room.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it might just be. You can have routes through room that are faster for that room, but aren't necessarily faster for the next room. Or maybe it doesn't matter, and the next room won't have loaded by the time you get there, regardless. So you'll be able to unmorph and do the better movements in the next room. And it's just faster because you start the load earlier.
Yeah. So,
Or I could just be dumb and not know a good boost method of getting through
yeah.
the room afterwards. That's always possible.
Yeah. So, Gingivis missed,
Fly by
a,
scope, didn't
yeah.
get uh,
I think
an
he
air dash
shot
either.
another, yeah. So there's like one frame where if you hit Ridley before he's about to do this dive bombing phase, where he'll just immediately go to this stomp on the ground, and you can do this. But wow, never seen someone get stuck underneath him before. I mean,
It happens
I figured
sometimes.
it
He has
was.
some weird collision on his feet.
Yeah, I mean, I always figured it was possible. I've just never seen it.
Not getting the snipe.
No. So Boost
Two
Ball
dashes in a row,
does.
but he did get the
Oh,
snipe that time.
yeah, and no
He
invincibility
almost
glitch.
had the invincibility glitch there,
Yeah, that
though.
was
It
very
was a
close.
very close one.
So, Boost Ball does 50,000 damage per frame, and with Ridley's air phase is the only one that's vulnerable to it. Ground phase, unfortunately, is not. Otherwise, we would be able to.
You would not see this phase at all because it would
Yeah,
be gone.
yeah. Oh wow, Ridley really feels like giving him a hug today, doesn't he?
So, funny story. One time I did one of the. I tried a seed with the open setting,
Mm-hmm.
where you can fight Ridley immediately,
Yeah.
and Morph Ball was on the Ridley fight.
Huh.
So I had to fight Ridley as pretty much my first thing in the game.
I hope you were proficient in very, very low percent Ridley.
Now, it probably wouldn't have happened except I had messed up, but I was using a beta version of the randomizer, and I think I disabled a good number of the checks.
Okay. And Super Bros is just about
But
to get
still,
his. Super Bros is just about to enter go mode now. Just gotta do a quick PPC climb to get his. Or is he. I guess he's not.
just going for the vanilla climb.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Some people have a good bit of trouble with landing in the right spots. It can be a bit tricky the first couple times you do it.
Yeah, I understand that. Gendreavus,
Or they
meanwhile.
have a lot of bad luck with this turret at the top shooting them off.
Yeah, I found in my experience, if you just go fast enough. You, oh wow, Gendreavus,
Barely avoiding getting grabbed.
yeah.
Oh,
That
and getting through. And getting through that hilariously convoluted spider ball maze without without taking more than fractional damage from landing orange phase on. Further accentuating how ridiculous that spider ball maze.
I've forgotten that there's a little spider ball maze there just because I usually just boost right through the orange phase on.
Funny story. The first time that my dad played through the game, he died in that room because he kept trying to do the spider ball maze because he thought it wasn't possible to jump up the other end.
Oh. Oh man. Should we have been talking about the Exo fight since Gendreavus is at it, by the way?
Well, we can run through the Exo fight real quick. It's pretty quick to explain. Yeah. So the Exo fight is split into 4 phases that we refer to as subchambers. The first phase has Exo is vulnerable to 2 different beams, the power beam and the wave beam. You can tell which one it's vulnerable to by looking at the color of its face and the tips of the claws at its back, as well as its main body. The second subchamber is going to be vulnerable to power, wave, and ice in a random order. The third subchamber is going to be vulnerable to all 4 beams, once again in a random order. And then the fourth subchamber is going to be vulnerable to all 4 beams, but everything that it does is random, and it also has 2 new attacks that it's able to do. It's able to go into what we call turbo mode, where all of its movement and attacks are at double speed, and it can just randomly charge you instead of doing another attack, as if you had completed 1 beam color damage phase. It can also change which beam it's vulnerable to back to back to back to back at any time that it feels like. However, it is possible to do a AI manipulation to make Essence always do its melee attack, and that will take precedence over any of the other decisions you can do in Subchamber 4. That manipulation also works on Subchambers 1 through 3 to allow you to make the fight more consistent.
Mm-hmm. And seems like superbros either he forgot that he had 1 more artifact to get, or he was having trouble figuring out which way was the fastest to get to Research Lab Hydra.
Remember, kids, Elias's opinion in that last message he sent in chat is wrong.
Gendreavus, it looks like he's just 1 more beam phase away, or 1 more ice spreader rather.
And Gendreavus has finished his Exo fight.
Yep.
Now we're going to see the Essence fight, with 1 visor missing. And unfortunately, it's the first visor.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain the Exo fight, or the Essence fight?
Sure. So, Essence, Gendreavus so what Gendreavus is doing is a AI manipulation to get Essence to lay a pool in one of 4 locations, and it cycles through visibility for different visors. It always cycles through X-ray first, then thermal visor, then combat visor, and then back to X-ray. So right now it's only visible to the X-ray visor, but you can still damage it even if you can't see it. The only thing is that you can't lock onto it and get the full damage from the phase-on beam because, as you might be able to notice, it spreads out a little bit. That actually looked like some decent damage for Visorless, though. So, Essence is also scripted to go through a certain number of attacks before moving on to the next pool. And you'll know that it's ready to lay a pool if it does that Quake attack and then decides to growl at you immediately afterwards. And it looks like...
Though it can do that specific combination for a certain number of attacks have gone off and it won't lay the pool.
Yeah.
It's if you see that combination after a certain number.
Yeah. It looks like Gendreavus got a lot of what we call attack cancels, which is when you interrupt the animation for Essence's next attack, it'll still count that towards that total I was talking about for the next pool. It just helps you get to the next pool a little quicker. You do have to be careful. I don't think it's in a bad spot right now, but, well...
It wasn't in a great spot, but unfortunately Gendreavus just had some trouble finding it, and he jumped over it several times instead of standing in it.
Yeah. And usually when you see fission Metroids come alongside the pool, it spawns different Metroids depending on what different stages of health it's at. Normally fission Metroids means that you can just pump the rest of the phase-on into it, but without being able to lock on, I'm not... Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get enough damage in.
Yeah.
So,
You should always, if you do see the fission Metroids, you can just dump it without having to worry about doing any pull cancels. But if you aren't able to see Essence, or rather aren't able to lock onto it, the spread of phase-on beam will be even more random than it normally is, and there's a good chance it just won't hit enough.
yeah. But he's able to lock on here, and that is GG. Gendreavus finishing with a time of 148 flat in the SRL.
And unfortunately, Superbros does not seem like he wants to do an interview right now.
Nope.
But we should be able to get Gendreavus before on.
Yeah. Well,
which is understandable after he lost so much time to try Barstow.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see if Gendreavus is willing to come in here.
Well, he's in the setup channel, so.
Oh, well, okay. That answered my question then. Hey GG.
Thank you, guys.
So, what did you think of the seed?
Oh my gosh. That was the kind of seed. That was the kind of seed where one bad routing decision can change everything. That was. And notice that I didn't say one bad routing decision can ruin it for you, because I made the worst routing decision I could and it paid off in spades. When I got, shoot, I don't even remember what it was, but Ice Beam.
Mm-hmm.
I was on my way to Ice Beam, or I was on my way in that direction because I was thinking, okay, I'll go fight Thardus now, completely forgetting there's a super missile block in front of it on that side.
Oh.
Like, the smart thing to do would have been to go do Frigate.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had everything you need for it. And there's 2 checks you can do at that point instead of just the one way out in the middle of Fendrana, but that worked out way better than it should have.
Yeah, you two actually took the same route pretty much the whole way through. The only difference is that what was it? I think when you decided to head to Overgrown Cavern and do Chozo from the back,
Mm-hmm.
Super Bros decided to go back and do Chozo from the front and get all of those checks out of the way and come back and try and attempt bar skip, but he was having a bit of trouble with it and couldn't quite get it.
Yeah.
Which happens. It's a decently finicky trick.
Yeah, bar skip's not one I'm comfortable attempting in a race right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
But other than that, it was like very close the entire way through. You guys were switching the lead back and forth like constantly.
Really?
Yeah, it's like one of you would like make like one small movement error, the other one would take over, and the same thing would happen at other spots.
Yeah. I'd fall down Root Cave because that's what I do. No, but that was that was a really it felt like the whole second half of the run I was just chanting to myself, phase honor supers, phase honor supers, phase honor supers. Come on now. I'm honestly surprised it didn't throw one or the other way back behind Omega Pirate. Which,
yeah.
Now that
we like the chat was like, I think everyone here was expecting that to happen. Like at least.
Oh, so X-Ray was in biohazard containment, which means that I would have had to go back to the frigate after getting supers to get that.
I think Caesar, didn't you actually like predict that or something?
Which call? Sorry, I missed the last thing you said.
Gendreavus just said that X-Ray was in biohazard.
I did predict that. I was predicting that X-Ray would be there, and Phazon would be in PCA or on Omega Pirate. I didn't get the second part, but I got that part right.
Yeah, you were off by 1 with PCA. It's just plain PC. But
it's PPC. But...
Or yeah.
Yeah.
But whew.
Yeah.
I am not free from this just yet.
No, you made it on to top 6 now.
Oh boy.
And I believe you're going against Lane next round.
All right.
Let me just double check. Get this.
I'll have to go back and watch some tape.
Yeah, you are going to be playing against Lane next round.
Well, he's almost always up for casual races, so yeah, you can get some practice in.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the time for it, but that would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Any final thoughts?
Not especially. I don't like any seed where supers are required, but then I thank them very much towards the end when I get to use supers against EXO. So there's that. Also, I'm not used to missing X-ray for essence. If I have one visor, it's usually X-ray, not thermal. So that was a bit of an interesting thing as well. But other than that, yeah, nothing really to say.
Yeah, you did get the manip right at the start, so you were able to just pour that pool into him at the beginning. So
yeah.
It worked out pretty decently for you.
You know what? That was the best I've ever done against Essence missing a visor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just it only went 2 full cycles, right? Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, you killed it
Yeah,
on
and
the
both of
second
them I was
thermal
able to
phase.
just both of them I was just able to dump the whole pool into it basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't have anything else to ask. Do you, Caesar?
Not really.
Okay. So that's gonna be it from us tonight then. We have another race tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's gonna be me versus Bash.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, as someone who's raced that guy twice, he's quite good. So good luck to you.
Yeah, this is gonna be my second time racing him, so so yeah. And then after that on Sunday we will be having Migs versus Elias Thompson at 5 p.m. and that would be the last match for deciding who is going to be in top 6. And that's about. I think. No, wait, no. I almost forgot. Follow our runners, Gendreavus and Superbros. They do a very good job at providing the content for us. Follow my co-commentator, Mighty Caesar 37, and follow our tracker, Linkforce 0. Without Linkforce, things would not have been as easy on us as it would have been, and Caesar is just a great guy to bounce commentary off of.
I try to do my best.
And then we do have a Discord for the Metro Prime Randomizer here, as well as links to the current schedule and the bracket. If you join the Discord, we will be able to help you out with setting up this randomizer and just give you tips and all of that. And I believe that wraps everything up.
Yeah.
So with that, have a good night, everyone. Congratulations to you again, Gendreavus, for advancing in the bracket.
Thank you.
And we will see
We'll see you all next time.
Yep. Have a good night.